My name is Tamamonde, co-founder and national coordinator of Pay No Bribe Animators Sierra Leone, a social accountability and anti-corruption civil society organization working to curb corruption and social injustice in the rural communities of Sierra Leone. For over a decade, we have been the voice for the voiceless and the hope for the forgotten, an advocate for social justice in Sierra Leone.
But 20 years ago, they came dressed in suits, carrying blueprints of prosperity and promises of change. They called themselves investors. A new dawn after the darkness of the 11-year civil war. They landed in the mineral-rich lands of Kono District in Sierra Leone's eastern province, under the banner of Koidu Holdings Limited, the first major mining company to resume full-scale diamond operations after the war.
Mines are driven by individuals who have a passion for the business.
There's something special about this company, and I really believe in it. I believe there's so much for every person that is working here.
To the people of Koidu, weary and broken from years of bloodshed, these men seem like angels of recovery. With silver tongues and glossy breeches, they spoke of sustainable development, modern mining, community empowerment, and job creation. Our people, resilient yet vulnerable, opened their homes, give up their lands, and surrender their birthright, trusting that life would finally make sense. But what followed was nothing short of a betrayal, brutal, calculated, and heartless.
So when you called all three,
I was about fixing up one of the machines together with the experts. They said they could not take proper care, and one of the spring flipped and cut off my fingers. I thought it was a shock. Not until when I showed my colleague working, they all ran away. I fell from the machine. I suffered a lot of pains there until later I was taken care of temporarily.
Never working for Koidu Holding, but a very vibrant businesswoman. One day, on the 14th December 2021, on my way from the market, the trailer driver drove us so badly and I could not get up from the ground. He rode on my legs with the trailer. I went in transit for over 2 weeks. Upon my consciousness, my husband told me that the company brought just 10,000 leones, and from then they never showed up again. We reported the matter at the police station, but all to no avail. Till then, I and my husband, a mere farmer, do struggle to feed our 4 children. There is no support from anybody for their schooling, even the government. How am I going to be like in my old age with this kind of condition?
I got an industrial accident which breaks my collarbones, and I undergo 3 major operations, 2 in Sierra Leone and 1 in Ghana. As it is now, this bag is my only source of strength because they planted iron in me. As a result of this damage, I was no longer fit to work with heavy duty, and I was banned from the mining era. Imagine with this of my condition after all my effort I have put in. Is this the way they are going to leave us?
My husband died behind this company. Now I am a widow with little kids. What am I going to do?
I was working at the main plant for over 13 years. I sustained this wound and pain as a result of the shock from the scanning we do go through every day. No matter how many times you go out, they have to scan you from the inside. We have done several x-rays, but with no good result. After it all, they sacked me from the company with no benefit. I was a fear bouncer driver. One night, I climbed to pump fuel into the drilling machine, not knowing that one of the fan cover is open. Before I could have it, the fan cut off my fingers. All they could do is to give me 3,500 yuan as a compensation, and they later terminated my contract with no benefit.
These stories echo through the valleys of Kono, from the hills of Tankoro to the busy streets of Freetown, and yet silence. We are not alone in this cry for justice. Civil society has fought hard and long. Organizations such as Network Movement for Justice and Development, NMJD, Sierra Leone Labour Congress, Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SIRA, and Advocate have raised their voices in solidarity. Even the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Bio, in her capacity as a daughter of the soil, have flagged Koidu Holdings operations as exploitative and unethical. Still, the government remains unmoved.
Let nobody not go work na Koidu Holdings. Okay, man. Yes. Nobody.
Our intervention in Koidu Holding issues was timely in assessing the plight of mine workers and the communities in Koidu. The assessment was critical in exposing the harsh realities faced by affected workers and the communities. We documented first-hand testimonies, uncovered systemic neglect, and provided evidence to push for social justice, medical support, and compensation and policy reforms. Without such intervention, their suffering would remain invisible. PaNBA's presence helped amplify the voices and demand lasting change.
We have walked through the broken roads of Koidu. We have sat with abandoned widows, listened to the silent cries of youth and children, and stood to the graves of fallen miners. We have heard the haunting question from innocent lips: why did they leave us like this? We cannot remain silent. We have knocked on the doors of justice, seeking redress for the forgotten.
We scheduled an appointment with senior government officials, the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, and also the Office of the Chief Minister in Freetown, the capital city of Sierra Leone. We later traveled to speak on behalf of the aggrieved mine workers in Koidu. To our greatest surprise, these appointments were definitely postponed. A particular incident where we were embarrassed by government security officials, reasons best known to them, and we try our best to explain our visit, but it all went down.
We are not relenting, and we will not. We will continue to host community dialogues, document testimonies, and engage key stakeholders. We have made several efforts seeking redress through government on behalf of the mine workers and victims. Yet, political and moral responsibilities remain absent. We will continue pushing.
We demand justice this time around, not in speeches or slogan, but through an action that will address the pension and retirement benefit of Koidu mines workers, medical and psychological care for the traumatized mine workers, skills training opportunities for the affected mine workers, environmental restoration for the lands that Koidu Holdings Mining Company have damaged, and above all, we demand accountability from all mining companies in Sierra Leone that bears profit from the pain of our citizens in Sierra Leone.
This documentary is not just a tale of grief, it is a call for conscience. To the government of Sierra Leone, you owe your people protection, not abandonment. To the international donors, the fight for justice in Koidu is a fight for human dignity.